Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and this is a daily pick a card and birthday reading for June 18th. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a Queen of Clubs. If you were born before sunrise, you're actually yesterday's card, which was a King of Clubs. So I'm going to read each card individually and then all together for the collective. Then we're going to talk about the Queen of Clubs energy that surrounds us today, the light, the shadow attributes, and what we might be able to tap into. Then there is a special birthday message for you, Queen of Clubs. This is your solar year cards. They are here to help you manifest to the height of your abilities. So let's get started and turn over card number 1. So if you picked this card, you got the Hanged Man. Interesting here. So it's a little bit of a timeout. It's a timeout to take advantage of looking at something in a different way. So it's like turning that painting to the wall and going back an hour later after you've had a cup of tea and maybe a fresh walk around the block and turning it back around and spotting immediately what the painting needs. It's that kind of innovative newness that you can bring to something if you do take that time out to give it a little bit of a fresh new start. That's what it's about. It's in the upright position. So in the cards of truth, it relates to the red 8s. So if you have an 8 of hearts or an 8 of diamonds in your chart, you will be able to add that message to this reading and give you a little more insight into what it is that you are to take that little bit of a break from. All right, so let's move on to card number 2. We've got the 3 of Hearts. So here we are also making a decision about letting something go. We're looking at Temperance energy and Mercury energy, which we are in that Mercury ruling Gemini energy today too. So this just got a little more real for you if you picked this card. Temperance. So let's talk about that because it is the catch-22 of the 3 of Hearts card. We're talking about emotionally letting something go so that something better, something more meaningful, something that's ready to go to work for you, and letting go to make room for that. And what you're letting go of has served a purpose, but now it's time. It's just done with what it did. It's time to let it go so that you can make room for something better. It's harder to do. There's a reluctance around it, and hanging on to it just really starts to work against you, where letting go is really showing your gratitude, letting it go, and making room for something better to come. This is all about, with the Temperance energy, it is all about you and a deeper truth about you. It's delving into your emotional well-being to find the balance. That is what Temperance is all about. It's the alchemy of emotional well-being. Yes. Okay. So let's look at card number 3. That's lovely. 4 of Hearts. Here we have that stability that the 3 wants desperately, and just has that catch-22 in life of really spending the life looking for it, when you look for it within, right? Not without. You got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first in order to be able to do that. Four of Hearts, beautiful energy here, stability, emotional stability. This is a sanctuary. This is where you feel the most comfortable, the best situation that you could find yourself in, really grounded in your emotions, happy, well in your relationships, and really having that comfort in mixed all up in that balance, and having that balance just travel through everything. Beautiful card for you to get here today. So isn't this interesting? So let's talk about the Queen of Clubs for a minute here, because that's the energy that we have in front of us to dip into today. We kind of see life through the lens of that. So in the light attributes, we have that being reliable, having that good nature, that good judgment, being highly creative, very intuitive, highly energetic and hardworking, loving the education, inspiring, a real academic, and having that real restless nature. Now you talk about that restless nature and you combine it with this third deacon Gemini, with that independent rebel who is an innovator that likes and is comfortable embracing nonconformity. And look what you get, right? No, it's a pretty crazy, great in a way, crazy kind of way. Queen of Clubs in this Gemini position. You can just imagine what kind of fun this would be at a party. It's great. And it is all about finding that Neptune energy as well, seeing things through that elusive and interesting and carefree Neptune dreaminess. It's really a really beautiful card to be. And you've also got the fours, the fives, and the sixes that the queens encompass. So not only the high energy that the queen is anyway, you're able to see intellectually, that's the club suits and the business suits. So it's also really innovative in that you see that stability of something, but you know that you can take it to the next level. So you've got that Four of Clubs energy that is just really stable and really understanding how to take what you're doing to the next level and make the most of it and be very happy and comfortable in it. And that five energy of seeing that, but understanding that you could take it and make something a little more out of it. So you kind of fix it. You're like, spot the bicycle on the side of the road. It's got a flat tire and someone just ditched it. But you see that it's just a flat tire. You can fix that, and you fix it, and now you've got a bicycle, and you can sell it, you can ride it, you can use it to further you and what you're doing. You know, if you didn't have a car, that bicycle would be pretty darn important to you. So it's that kind of energy that we can tap into today. Really lovely, and bring it to that six, that validation from an outside source where someone says, oh my God, did you see that bicycle? It's like perfect. So what are the shadow attributes of today? So let's do look at that, because, you know, it is really about stubbornness with this queen. It is about that energy, that high energy becoming nervous energy. It's about thoughtlessness. It's always about the egotistical part of what you're doing, very self-involved and very self-serving. It's being that, having that elitist attitude. So those are also the things that you could tap into with the Queen of Clubs. So we're going to stay in the high vibe today. I mean, we've got it golden here. This is really pretty sweet. We are looking to look at something from a different angle, a different point of view. We're looking at the diamond suits here with this Rahu energy. So do look at your Rahu and see what you have there in your card, given your chart, and where your Rahu is in that 7 cards from the Sun to Saturn. And that will give you another filter in which to glean some nuggets as to where you need to start looking outside the box and, taking a break from it so that you can come back to it fresh with fresh eyes. That will make a big difference for you. And if you have any houses there, where is your Rahu, your north node? For the Queen of Clubs today, you've got the Jack of Hearts there in your Rahu position. So that is you doing exactly that. It encompasses the 3 of Hearts. It does the aces, 2s, and 3s for you. And you're being given the opportunity. It's always kind of like the catch-22 of the card, because you're being drawn to explore it. You want to investigate. You're curious about it. Yet when you get there, there's just a lot of work and confusion, and it doesn't always mesh. But when you think about it, that epiphany of wanting something more grounded and solid and clean opportunity, a new love, a new way of loving yourself. And then you've got that opportunity with the 2 of Hearts to really connect to it. Beautiful energy. To have that opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. You have to do the work around it. But then you bring it to the 3. That Mars energy of fruition, that temperance energy of finding that balance. Guess where? Within. Catch-22. So yeah, very interesting. So do look and see in your own charts, if you've got the 3 of Hearts, or what's in the Rahu, what Rahu is doing, what you've got for a 3 of Hearts or a 4 of Hearts, and see how that plays out for you. And yeah, so there we have it. That's the energy of today. So I hope we all do really well with it. It's pretty interesting in that we've got this emotional looky-see about turning it against the wall with the canvas and metaphor, and just flipping that back around a little while later and looking at it with fresh eyes, because what we really want is that stability, that emotional well-being today. So I hope we all be able to tap into that, get really creative with it on this Queen of Clubs day. All right, let's look at the Queen of Clubs and see what you got for the Creativity Oracle. Happy birthday. Precision. The desire to do things precisely is useful as long as it doesn't, or it does not, devolve into rigidity. Very interesting. Yeah, because for a queen of clubs being so academic, and I mean, precision comes into a lot of how you think. But of course, it would be just as easy, that catch-22 of doing or being super rigid about the way you want things to be. So especially in the intellectually sorting through what would be best and what would be most useful, how to serve. You could certainly get stuck in that and not be able to see it from that different point of view. That would be so helpful. All right. So your manifesting comes from really understanding your sticking points. That's where you are going to find the juiciness here. So the desire, that creativity that you feel within, and knowing that you've got the tools that you need to create something out of something that nobody else really wants. I mean, that's what the queens do. They see the potential in something. They put the energy into it. They create something that now has all of this recognition from the outside source. So you really get validated for how you do things and what you create from what everyone else has seen as garbage. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's a very good metaphor for you and how you go about finding that usefulness and then sharing it, because ultimately that's the club's suit as well. How do you share your knowledge and your thoughtfulness? It goes a long way. All right, so that in that rigidity where you feel your sticking points, where you feel yourself digging in your heels, that is where you are being asked to take a closer look. And every time that you can tweak that, shift it a little bit, you are going to feel so much better about you. And that is where you find the energy to manifest with, the abundance of it. Oh, look at this. You did get the Jack of Hearts. That is beautiful. That is really beautiful, because that is doing exactly that. It is taking a fresh, new epiphany of an idea, a new understanding emotionally of who you are at your core, embracing that with loving kindness. Very, very important not to be judgmental around that, because it really is an opportunity to grow here emotionally, becoming more of that beautiful queen energy that it is. You've got this two of hearts energy. This is all about being given that opportunity to make the most of that connection and seeing it, because this is all very fast-paced, young, youthful energy, being the Jack as well. And then the threes, you're taking it through that temperance, right? And being able to see it into fruition, or at least get the ball rolling on it. You might not get to finish it, but you are planted it, it's in the ground, and there are shoots coming up, and you know that it is going to one day be something incredibly valuable to someone. That's the kind of energy the Jack of Hearts has, and highly creative around it, because it's Uranus energy. So go and check to see where Uranus is in your 7 upper spots between the Sun and Saturn, in those 7 positions, and see what's there, where it is, and how you might emotionally take advantage of that position. That could really soften the rigidity. I mean, we all do it, right? We all dig our heels in and think we know best and know, but you know what? It is just delving into that third deacon Gemini, where you, for anyone, are being willing to think outside that box. All right, let's see what you got for a wish card. I always see this as seeing the forest through the tree. Right? Or the forest for the trees, or the trees for the forest. Yeah. All right. Let's see what it says. Celebrate the seasons. Magic happens at all times of year. It's all good, right? All year, all good, anytime. You feel it. You are going to know exactly how to pull the string on it and get to the bottom of things. Grow beautifully, just like the lotus blossom. I mean, you don't get a lotus blossom in clean water. There's nothing there for food. You get it from the rich, goopy, gunky stuff. And that's where you're going to want to go. Oh, you've got such a rich year ahead of you. This is really beautiful. All right. Well, best of luck to you. I hope it all goes really well. Happy birthday, Queen of Clubs, and may it be a beautiful year for you. Everyone else, and including you, carpe diem. Take advantage of this day. This is really pretty sweet energy. I love that we get a time out to just kind of delve into whatever is up for us and clear out the old and bring in the new. We're going to be bringing in something very stable and lovely for ourselves. All right. Well, carpe diem. Stay kind and curious, especially around yourself. And as always, happy creating.